All right, thank you so much, Sharon Chipchumba. And moving on, President William Ruto on Monday took on the opposition over alleged incitement against state programs as he outlined plans to address the high cost of living in the wake of an onslaught by Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition leader Raila Amolo Odinga, coupled with threats of mass action over failure by the government to reduce prices of basic commodities. The head of state reiterated his commitment to ensuring Kenyans put food on the table. Here is the full report. President William Ruto on Monday during the 59th Jamhuri Day celebrations took on the opposition over alleged incitement against state programs as he outlined plans to address the high cost of living. In the wake of an onslaught by Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition led by its leader Raila Odinga, coupled with threats of mass action over failure by the government to reduce prices of basic commodities, the head of state reiterated his commitment to ensuring Kenyans put food on the table.
One of the biggest and notorious challenge is the challenge of high cost of living, and it is imperative that we have a clear plan. And I want to tell the people of Kenya.
Addressing Kenyans at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi during the 59th Jamhuri Day celebrations, the head of state announced a three-phase approach to tackling the high cost of living.
This high cost of living, we are tackling it in three phases.
According to the president, the first phase involves ensuring farmers get access to affordable fertilizers to enhance their productivity.
Our first agenda when we came into office is to ensure that we encourage farmers to access affordable fertilizer. And that is why we reduced fertilizer from 7,000 shillings to 3,500 so that we can enable our farmers to be able to enhance their productivity in our journey towards making food affordable in our republic.
In this, the president has time and again reiterated the need to subsidize farm inputs. The second phase, the head of state said, and I quote, "Our second agenda is that we are going to import 10 million bags of different assorted types of food, including maize, so that we can close the gap temporarily because of the harvest that was limited in this year's agricultural season, occasioned by climate change and failure of rain."
We are going to import 10 million bags of different assorted types of food, including maize, so that we can close the gap temporarily because of the harvest that was limited in this year's agricultural season, occasioned by climate change and failure of rain.
The third intervention is the importation by government and the private sector of 300,000 tons, that is 6 million bags of fertilizer, before the next planting season, as the government continues to subsidize the price of fertilizer and farmers will buy it at 3,500 a bag.
Already 2 million bags have arrived in the country and 4 million bags are on the way. And I want to assure our farmers that we are going to stand with them to make sure that government provides adequate seed and adequate subsidized fertilizer to make sure that our productivity is enhanced so that we can produce enough food and reduce the challenges of the high cost of living.
Earlier, Raila Odinga, the opposition chief, had given the president a New Year's Day ultimatum to address the high cost of living.
Vijana baba wamesema, sikiliza, mumesema niseme hivi vitu hapa, si ndio? Wamesema kama kufikia mwisho wa mwezi hii bei ya unga haitakuwa imeshuka, sisi wote tutakuwa tunaenda kula kwa nyumba ya Ruto. Tutaenda huko sisi wote atupatie unga. Wakenya wote waende kwake atupatie mahindi. Wakenya wote waende kwake atupatie pesa ya kulipa stima. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio kazi yake, na kama kazi imemshinda atuambie aende wapi? Nyumbani. Wangapi wanasema
During an opposition rally at Nairobi's Kamukunji grounds last week, Mr. Odinga outlined 9 key issues that he said must be addressed to ease the economic burden on Kenyans, failure to which citizens will apply their sovereign powers to engage the government directly through public protest and civil disobedience.
Nimeona kila mara kwa mara rais anakwenda kwa kule kwa mahakama, mtawapata nyinyi pesa, mtajenga makoti na kadhalika. Sasa wao wanafanya vile rais anataka. We already have seen, tumeona dalili ya kurejeshwa kwa ile udikteta katika taifa letu. Na mimi naambia nyinyi kwamba mpaka Wakenya waseme la. Mungu tayari kusema.
The Orange Democratic Movement leader called on the president to, among other things, restore flour, fuel, school fees and electricity subsidies by 2023, restore and enhance cash transfer to the elderly and vulnerable, enhance the Linda Mama program to protect pregnant mothers, and institute discipline, order and clarity in cabinet ministers' policy declarations. However, the head of state remained bullish, insisting he was in charge and would deliver on all his campaign pledges, asking the opposition leaders to be civil and not to incite the public. Specifically, he lashed out at the opposition over attempts to derail the government's Hustler Fund program, which he said is a noble cause to save Kenyans from predatory interest rates charged by Shylocks.
Why do you want to derail the hustlers who today are suffering from Shylocks and from predatory lenders, and they are being charged 360%? And you're telling them not to pay money given to them at 8% so that they can go back and pay at 360%. Be humane, be kind, please allow the people borrowing on the Hustler Fund to also enjoy low interest rates the way you and your families are enjoying. Do not derail those Kenyans who have suffered for long from now accessing money on a digital platform that is of interest, that is reasonable.
The Hustler Fund, he noted, has accumulated savings of close to 400 million shillings in 12 days and has well on track to reach 1 billion shillings in the next few days.
And let me also say that the Hustler Fund has accumulated savings of close to 400 million shillings in just 12 days, well on track to 1 billion shillings in the next few days. It confirms the power of technology. Without committees, without secretariat, that is what the Hustler Fund has achieved.
Azimio leaders had urged Kenyans to borrow the money and not repay, insisting that during the campaigns, the president promised that it would not attract any interest.
You have the fund. Ati unapewa shilingi 500. 500 inaweza kuanzisha biashara aina gani? 500 itaanzisha biashara aina gani? Alafu aniulibi baada ya siku 14. Hii biashara gani utafanya na hiyo?
na kule kwangu wamesema hiyo pesa ya hazula wakipata watalipa. Hapa mtafanya nini? Mtafanya nini? Hamulipi.
Through a sound and innovative policy framework, efficient infrastructure and climate change mitigation mechanisms, Dr. Ruto said the government could uplift the well-being of all Kenyans. The government will also invest in the clothing and textile industry to revive cotton production. The government, he added, continues to push to intensify national connectivity through road, rail and fiber optic infrastructure to support production and innovation in every part of the country.
These great people have joined us because Kenya is a country of great opportunity, especially in the tech space. And we deliberately chose that this Jamhuri is going to be about innovation and is going to be about technology. And we did so deliberately for various reasons, which I will elaborate. First, when we went round, the people of Kenya told us that they want technology to drive our economy. And that is why we have decided that we are going to have a 100,000 kilometer superhighway that is going to be built to enable internet access our homes, our cities, our towns, and every part of the Republic of Kenya, because that is how we are going to be delivering government services going into the future.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Rida Chebet Kering.